All right.
What's
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, everybody? This is Twin Flames Unite, and we are at it again. And if you don't know by now, I'm Chris.
and I'm Leisha.
What up? What's going on, everybody? You know, we are here to provide you with practical solutions that you can apply easily, naturally, and automatically
in your everyday life so you can tap into your unlimited potential
and rise to the highest version of yourself. All right. Well, today, hopefully y'all didn't miss us for too long.
Yes.
We were just getting some things together, putting some things in order, and boy, do we have a lot to share today.
Guys, we have so much to talk about.
Yeah, so that's why we had to come in here a little bit earlier to share what's going on, and we're going to dive right into it. But as y'all are checking in, make sure that you definitely, if you haven't subscribed already, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't, give us that thumbs up. Let YouTube know that the information that we're providing is good and you want more of it.
That's right.
All right. Awesome. So what's up? Let's see. Hold on. We got so
Jay-Z
shout out
in the house.
Yeah, what's up, Jay? What's going on,
Sarah.
sis? Thank you so much for that quote. That quote was fire.
It was. We had to tweet it. Well,
we had to make a whole post about it.
We had to make a whole post about it.
Yeah. Yep. And Sarah, thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate you all for being here. And we are going to get into it today. Let me just give us a little ambiance.
Okay. Have ambiance?
Yeah, just a little bit of ambiance.
All right, then. You know we could do that?
Yep. Get a little bit of music in the background. Let me stop. All right, y'all.
We got business to talk about, guys. We got a lot of business, a lot of stuff happening.
Yes.
A lot of things are going on. We want to. We don't know if you guys are aware of some of the big changes that are coming to a grocery store near you.
Oh boy.
But there is one particular thing that I want you guys to be aware of, and just keep in mind, this is not anything to be afraid of or be fearful of. I mean, shoot, if you made it past 2020,
and you still here,
good. So you ain't got nothing to worry about. But it is always good to be informed, like know what's around the corner, so that you can prepare. And that's why we are giving you guys this information today. It's just so that, just in case you don't know, now you will know, and now you will be able to prepare. Okay?
Yes. All right, so where do we begin?
I want to start with the juicy stuff. So
go ahead.
Do you guys want to start out with the boring stuff? Let's see what the people want. We got to give the people what they want. So what's up, Sierra, Solange? Welcome. So good to have y'all here. So do you guys want us to start off with the boring stuff and kind of build and get to the exciting stuff? Or do you want the exciting stuff now and save the boring stuff for later on?
I mean, all of it's exciting.
I mean, all of it is exciting, but not even exciting, but really informative. First of all, I'm going to say this. I think I'm going to save that one for last, because that one is really juicy and deep and, and really out there. Had a regression done.
Oh yeah, that's last.
We're going to save that for last. I had a regression done, guys. And let me tell you, that regression was more than I anticipated. I mean, this went back to primordial times.
Yep.
So it looks like I'm pretty old.
Yeah.
So
why you look so good.
Yeah, it turns out, guys, I'm really ancient. Whatever, okay? But we'll tell you about my regression. And my regression was done with Q Reeves. Shout out to Q Reeves. You guys